so back, Jack. Welcome into our first episode of Friday Night Rivals this season. I'm Erin, Slinde, and I'm joined tonight by the one and only, the fabulous Jack Demmler. Jack, again, like I said, so excited to be back behind the desk breaking down some high school football tonight.
Yeah, and that intro pumps me up. Erin, I got my first taste of Oregon high school football last week between two of the top teams in our area, and I gotta say, it got me fired up for the official week one.
I know, and tonight almost every high school team across the state was back in action, including two of the heavyweights in 5A as we kick out the night with our own game of the week. Number 5, Thurston, hitting the road to take on number 4, Silverton. Both teams coming off wins last week as we go to the first quarter. 4th and 2, Keyshawn Davis takes the handoff for Silverton, and he's going to be untouched through the A-gap for a 61-yard touchdown. Silverton up 7-0 early. Not good for the Colts, but second quarter, we go to Silverton, still up 7 and driving. Logan Roby gets the clutch interception. It's going to halt the Foxes' drive and definitely needed for Thurston. We're going to stay in the second quarter. Silverton back with the ball again, up 21-0. Chase Dominguez finds Sutton Hoonsey for the over the defender with a toe tap for the touchdown. Thurston fought to end the scoring in their first points on the final play of the game. The Colts have a long, quiet ride back home after falling to the Foxes 35-6. Thurston will look to bounce back next week against Eagle Point.
And let's head out to third-ranked West Albany matching up against Bend. And seconds after the coin flip, James Matthieson with a one-handed catch and nothing but green grass ahead of him. Bend is the first to tally up some points. It's 7-0. Then we move ahead. Quarterback Jaden Perez gonna take the snap, turns on the Jets to
Look at him go.
He's gonna get all the way inside the red zone, and the Bend defense says not so soon. Perez makes the connection to Tyson Walker, who shakes a couple of Bend defenders before finally being taken down. Normally, the first to score is the first to win, but in this case, the Bulldogs pulled it off and finished 23-14 the final.
Good win for the Bulldogs, another one of the top teams in 5A. Summit traveling to face Roseburg tonight. As we go to the first quarter, Storm within a yard of the goal line. Dylan Hughes punches it in. Summit goes up 13-0, but the Indians would take advantage of the kickoff. McLean Stedman, look at him go, Jack. He gets the return. He's going to take it to the left, and then he cuts back to the right, weaving in between Summit defenders back and forth until he's going to be finally brought down after 37 yards. That was the most back and forth 37 yards I've ever seen. We're going to flip the field for the second quarter. The Roseburg quarterback, Corey Kimball, launches one down the sideline. This time it's going to be caught by Stedman. The first down and a whole lot more, but Roseburg just can't find the end zone. Summit's defense just so resilient in this one. Summit would end up going back to win 42-7 the final.
Let's head to North Eugene High School. Highlanders facing off against the Corvallis Spartans for the first game of the season for Friday Night Rivals. We start in the first quarter. Spartans quarterback Elijah London kicks the game off with the reception to Asher Beatty for the touchdown. Corvallis takes an early 7-0 lead. We stay in the first, just fast forward a little later. Spartans with the ball again as London hands the ball off to Nate Bedford, who takes it 50 yards, and they can't catch him. He's going to walk his way into the end zone. It's going to be 20-0 Corvallis. The Spartans going for the onside kick, but it doesn't go their way. North Eugene gets the ball near the 50-yard line, but the Highlanders cannot take advantage of the field position. Corvallis going on to have a statement win to open the season, 48-21, the final.
And Mountain View hosting Lebanon to open the season as Liam Weir would pitch it to Venezuela, who weaves in and out. Check this out, 2 stiff arms. Get off me, he says. He wins the foot race to the end zone for the Cougar touchdown. 7-0 early in this one. Warriors looking for a big play, a deep throw to the end zone, and it's going to be intercepted by Ryder Carpenter, who picks it off at the goal line, and he's got room. He weaves through the Warriors defenders and finds the sideline. On the outside, no one's going to catch him. The 100-yard pick six, Jack.
That's awesome. That's how you
Making
set the tone.
it a 2-score game. First quarter, how's that for the start? Cougars keeping the foot on the gas pedal, though, in the second half. Carpenter showing he can do it on both sides of the ball. No one will catch him. He finds the pay dirt. Mountain View goes on to dominate 42-0, the final. Not what Lebanon wanted to see in week 1.
No, absolutely not. And let's go to Lake Oswego, taking on Sheldon, the Fighting Irishmen, making the trip from Eugene. And it was fireworks right off rip. Hudson Curlin throws a dime to Sawyer Best for a touchdown. What a beaut. Next possession for the Lakers. The MVP of this team, LaMarcus Bell, putting on the juke moves on the defense. He's running all the way, jogging into the end zone. It's 14-0 in the first quarter. But folks, we got more. The Fighting Irishmen not going down without a fight. Mike Richie Tusi sees green and pinpoints accuracy to the wide receiver Cameron Thomas for the touchdown. But folks, it wasn't really close. Lakers would go on to win 51-7 the final.
And sticking with 6A, the South Medford Panthers taking on the Willamette Wolverines to kick off the season down at Spiegelbird Stadium in Medford. As we go to the first quarter, 5 minutes into their first drive, Willamette sophomore quarterback Zeke Thomas, the transfer from Crescent Valley, would throw a short pass to Maverick Akers for the big gain. And just over 2 minutes left in the first, Thomas that finds Kawhi Chamberlain just outside the end zone for an easy 6 points to start. Wolverines up 14-0. 5 minutes left in the first half. The Panthers forced to punt. Number 4, Hunter Vaughn grabs it, dodges 1, 2, 3, 4 tackles. Maybe even more than our camera was able to find. Eric misses it, but the Willamette fans tell the story on scores after a missed field goal. Wolverines would dominate the first half, 20-0. South Medford scores with 2:52 to go in the game, but it's not going to be enough. Willamette gets the first win of the season, 34-7.
Erin, what a way to start the high school football season.
I know.
A lot of great action, and we're just through 7 games.
I know. We had a whole lot more to go, Jack. And when we return, we're going to check in with some 4A teams with state championships in sight this season. Don't go away. Friday Night Rivals is back after the break. And Jack, I gotta say, one of my most favorite parts about week 1 is the rankings come out and you don't really know what exactly is going to happen. It's a good chance for a lot of teams to make some noise early, maybe get tested early and learn what they got to work on. But all I know is a lot of awesome football to start off the high school football season, I got to say.
Yeah, and it's similar to the college aspect where you start the rankings, and week 1 is all about either showing up or shutting up. As we go back to Friday Night Rivals, Philomath and Newport under the big lights. AJ Alston makes the connection to Rocco De La Rosa, who just zooms across Newport defender who thought he had the pick, but he's in the end zone. Altshin back in the pocket and sends it to CD Nuno, who gains a few yards before a swarm of Newport clubs. Newport tries to respond, and J.C. Berry helps them gain a few yards, but it just wasn't enough. The Philomath Warriors end up dominating, and Newport's Cubs couldn't find the end zone. Final score 49-0.
Yeah, definitely a dominant way to start. 5th-ranked team in 4A. We head out to Cottage Grove for a matchup between the Lions and North Marion as we go to the first quarter. Cottage Grove that made the jump from 5A down to 4A. CJ Dugas runs for 79 yards, the touchdown. Billy was there for it. Cottage Grove on the board first. He's fired up, and I know Billy was too. Cottage Grove. Then Trevor Cooper is going to fumble the ball. North Marion's Lucas Fowler makes the recovery. Still 7-0 Cottage Grove, but let's see if they can take advantage of it. It's going to be the Lions that end up actually scoring the next touchdown. It's a 5-yard touchdown run. He's got to really work for it, Dugas, on that one. He's got to find the outside, and Cottage Grove goes up 21-0. And looks like they come back and get the win, 34-14 over North Marion. Not a bad way to start the season, Jack.
Erin, I've been waiting for this next one. Check out this student section. They are pumped for some high school football over at Crescent Valley. Raiders taking on Woodburn as we start third quarter. Crescent up 6-3. Woodburn looking for the deep pass, but it gets intercepted by Eli Alders, who puts them in great field position. Check this out. The very next play, Carlos Ochoa gets the handoff. He's going to take it down the near sideline. Watch him kick it into another high gear, bursting down the field. He's getting the Raiders all the way inside the red zone before finally being taken down. The celebration, are we not entertained? But on the next play, ball! A fumble, and it goes the other way to Woodburn. It's still 6-3 as we now head to the fourth quarter. Check this play out. It's 4th and forever. Ryan Williams gonna launch it. He finds Sterling Holland, who gets the first, but he wants more, and he'd get more. He'd get 6 more. It's 13-3. They would go on to win 24-3, a dominant fourth quarter for the Raiders.
Nice. I love to see the Crescent Valley Raiders just kicking it into high gear. Siuslaw taking on Marshfield over on the coast. The Pirates looking to improve their record to 2-0 after a win last week. First quarter, Vikings running back Will Johnson coughs up the football on the second play from scrimmage. Great field position for Marshfield. They're looking to take advantage of it with the ball in plus territory. Running back Caleb Fox going to take off. He goes untouched. There's no one in front of him into the end zone, giving Marshfield the early 7-0 lead. The Vikings answer the call back, though, as quarterback Michael Blankenship sneaks in for the QB sneak and score. Speaking of Blankenship, here he is in the pocket play action, but he's buried by defensive lineman Fox Wheatley for a loss. Marshfield will go on to win their second game of the season, 45-22. Some exciting games all the way from the coast to here in the valley. We've got even some games in the Cascades coming up. So exciting.
Yeah, I think we also had some great plays. Possibly we could be seeing some of the ones that we saw for a play of the week. But the action is not done yet, because coming up, more non-conference battles shake up the rankings in 3A, 2A, and 1A. Friday Night Rivals is coming back after a quick timeout.
Unfiltered.
You've seen 2 weeks of high school football here in Oregon and the Pacific Northwest. What are your first impressions?
Yeah, Erin, I grew up a big high school fan, love high school ball, and I got a great taste of it for the Pacific Northwest with the schools and communities really showing out in week 0 and 1. We go to Santiam Christian hosting Banks. Let's just say it was a tough start for the Eagles. First drive of the game, Nate Lita hits Jarrett Martin on the bubble screen, and that man's gone. Bursting down the sideline, Braves get on the board early, 7-0. It was also a slow start offensively as well. 3rd and long. Brendan Fitzpatrick keeps it, but he would be swallowed up for a short gain. We go to the second quarter now. It's the same connection we saw in the first. Lita to Martin, and he's going to find pay dirt yet again. Braves up 14-0. It took the Eagles a while to get on the board, but the Braves were up, go on to win 41-14.
And the Billies are ready to take on the Bulldogs tonight to open the season. Sutherland with the ball on the 36th. They're going to hand it off to Eden Cardoza. The Billies forcing a fumble recovered by number 5. Hey, we don't know his name, but we are going to find out by the end of the season. Remember number 5 for the Billies. Bulldogs come back still first quarter with a quarterback sack. Let's see it right here. It's going to be a quarterback sack by Bolt Olsen. Bringing the defensive pressure. Got to have the defensive pressure to win. Bulldogs with a quarterback then sneak into the end zone by Dane Flora. It's going to close off the first quarter. 7-0 Bulldogs, and it would be the Bulldogs that get the edge over the Billies. 28-21 the final.
Let's head over Crestwell, wanting to make a comeback and stop the Cougars, who are starting off on a 24-0 lead. Cougars starting the third quarter with a touchdown from Frank Ojeda with a 16-yard run. Just keep it yourself, man. You got it all the way into the end zone.
There you go.
Cougars going for 2 with Johnny Marino. He's going to get the ball. He's going to run it right up the middle, and he's going to fight his way in for the 2-point conversion. Tough defense by the Bulldogs in the fourth quarter, though. Cougars on the 14, throwing out to Iowan Abji, but Ben Williams swats it away. The Cougars go on to win 40-6. Talk about a statement win to open the season.
I know, right? And down in Oakland, speaking of statement wins, is a top 6 battle between the Okers and the Red Devils. Lowell heads into the second half with a 20-14 lead. The Red Devils get the ball to start the third quarter, but they're going to lose control kind of it, and it's going to be Red Devils are brought down a little too close to the end zone that I think they wanted to be, but they're trying to get the ball down the field as we start the third, but instead it's going to be intercepted by Andrew McCurdy. He barely gets his arms under it for the interception. It's going to be Oker's ball, just what they want. Oakland takes advantage. Shepard Brooksby breaks the tackle, and there's nothing but grass between him and the end zone. It's going to be touchdown Okers to tie the game up at 20. Oakland tries to go for 2, but instead it's going to be intercepted by Wyatt Smith. And you know what I learned tonight? extra points in Oregon. So Oakland does go on to get the win, 32-26. And coming up, we're going to find out which play of the night is the best of all. Your play of the week is going to be crowned after the break. Tonight, but only one can be our play of the week.
Yeah, and I think I have my favorite. We're going right back to Crescent Valley. Our play of the week, Ryan Williams connecting with Sterling Holland, who's going to fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Holland just helping Williams out with the catch and the fight for the touchdown. Raiders went on to win 27-3.
Yeah, definitely an impressive touchdown, especially in week one. But also, too, we got a lot more to get to. We got scores from around the state, and also we're going to break down some college games happening tomorrow coming up after the break.
Hard hit.
College ball, Jack. You're going to the Oregon State game tomorrow. You were at the Oregon State game last week. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is a big test for Oregon State, taking on Fresno State. But let's start with Oregon, actually, taking on Oklahoma State. You'll be there. What are you looking for?
Well, I'm looking for, I'm definitely going to need to shut down the pass. Oklahoma State loves to throw the ball. So I definitely think their defensive line put pressure on the quarterback. Secondary is definitely going to be tested in this one. I also like to see the offense do some more things. But now, I'm just so excited about Oregon State. I just know they're going to get back on track this week. Jack, what are your thoughts?
This is a game I think that's going to really be won in the trenches. It's the run game of Fresno State that just had 351 yards just last week. Oregon State's going to need to keep their revamped run defense that they had last week, a solid run defense. They're going to need that and a little more production on offense if they want to win this one.
Definitely Trent Walker had a great game last week. Definitely want to keep him involved in the offense, but also need to see some more receivers start to step up. I know Trent Bray said on Monday that he wants to see Malik Murphy not predetermine where he wants to throw the ball, but actually see what the defense gives him and then take it.
Yeah, and I think you sort of saw that late in the second half. I think it took him a while to get readjusted, but I think we really saw Malik find his footing in the second half. It'll be interesting to see what he does in week 2.
Yeah, that's not the only college game going on. Jack's alumni, Ohio, taking on West Virginia. We're wearing the West Virginia colors tonight, so clearly we know who's going to win. It's going to be fun.